Most dogs will never bite a person, but it is important to remember that any dog, regardless of breed or type, can bite under certain circumstances. During the last year, though, dog bite claims have decreased. But still, in 2018, State Farm paid $123 million for more than 3,000 dog bite and injury claims. Don Tips in today to talk about the issue. When I first saw this topic from you today, I thought, well, this is interesting. I'm surprised that this is like an issue for an insurance provider.
Yeah, it's a big deal, Megan. I think you gave that figure. I think in the last 10 years we've paid out $1.1 billion in dog bite claims. So it's a big deal, and you've got to be careful. Several different things, but you've got to be careful with. Well, we'll talk about checking your insurance for sure to make sure that you're covered for dog bites. There's certain carriers that don't.
Some places don't cover dog bite claims, right?
Certain breeds, and I hate to say this, but they'll discriminate with certain breeds.
Yeah.
We don't, but there are carriers that do, so you've got to be careful with that. You've got to look into that and say, maybe you bought a dog after you bought a house.
This is just in your homeowner's insurance policy?
It's in your homeowner's insurance policy, yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah, but it's a big deal. Dog bites are a big deal because everybody loves dogs, right? I mean, we love having pets and that kind of thing. And as they interact and as they're around other people, things can happen, especially if your dog is not used to being around other people.
And I saw in the notes that Texas actually last year came into the 4th spot with 168 claims, over $5 million in total, and just over 34,000 in average claims. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, the average dog bite claim in Texas is right at $35,000. So when you say, is it a big deal? And Megan, that entails not just like a dog biting, because that's what you think of, but if somebody was running from a dog, an aggressive dog, and they fall down and hurt themselves, that counts too, because that wouldn't have happened had the dog not been out or been leashed or whatever, and that goes back on the homeowner.
Really interesting. Okay, so let's talk about some tips on being a responsible dog owner. First of all, never leave small children or a baby especially, in the presence of a dog.
Yeah, because, we love our dogs, like I said, and we feel like they're socialized, but sometimes they can get a little nervous, and especially younger children, they might pull or do something to the dog that might initiate the dog to bite or do something. So yeah, never leave the small ones with them.
And then make sure that your dog is socialized. You want to do that regularly, and then that when you're exercising your dog, the dog is on a leash as well, right?
Right. You want to get your dog out there, so that it isn't nervous when people are around. So that's very important.
Making regular visits to a vet is also really important, I think, just to make sure that there's nothing wrong with the dog that might cause him to bite or something like that.
Yeah, because an injured animal, any animal, but especially dogs, if there is an injury there, they can become more protective and more aggressive. And there might be something there that you don't know about, on their joint or something. If it gets touched, they might snap.
Absolutely, and then you always want to respond to any sort of body language changes that your dog is having.
Yes.
But before we go, we want to talk about when you're encountering a dog. So this is sort of like the defensive driving of being involved in a pet, right? So we have an acronym, PAUSE, okay? So you're going to pause before interaction, ask the owner for permission to pet, wait in place patiently, and then show respect and greet gently, which I think is a very good message to have when you're interacting with pets.
Absolutely, and teach your kids that, because they want to go up to the dogs and pet them and they love them, but it's really important that we teach our children, hey, be a little bit slower going up to animals, dogs, whatever.
Well, good advice today, as April is what? Dog bite awareness?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Dog bite prevention month.
Very good, Don Tips. We always appreciate you. If you have more questions, maybe you wonder if this is included in your homeowner's insurance policy, give my friend Don Tips a call. Also, don't forget, quotes for Ronald McDonald House, right?
We want to make that phone ring. Every person that calls in to get a quote for any type of insurance, mention Ronald McDonald, and we're donating $10 for every single call that comes in.
Beautiful. All right, stick around, everybody. We're going to head into the kitchen with our